Uncovering crypto iGaming, a series focused on real insights, real challenges, and what actually works in the space. To kick off things, I'm joined by someone who is being deeply involved in crypto iGaming across technology, operations, and marketing strategy. Adar Ziv, founder, operator, and the mind behind PAD, an initiative created to bring clarity to an industry that often runs on noise. Adar, let's start with the big picture.
Thank you, Danila. Very happy to be here.
So, in that sense, if you don't mind, I will ask the question to you. What's actually changed in crypto iGaming over the last year? What's prior to launch of PAM? How you spent most of the 2025? Speaking of dozens of the new things with existing crypto operators itself.
Yeah, that's a very good question, Danila, because I think the FAM is the result of a lot of investigative work I've been doing during 2025. And I've seen in the last 12 months, dozens of operators coming in, new operators, coming in and challenging the hegemony that was up until then maintained by, let's say, the top 5, 7, maybe 10 operators in the crypto iGaming space. So I've been seeing more and more of these operators, lean teams, very technical, coming in. But I think from my point of view, the shift hasn't really been technological. I think it's been more about a mindset. So as I said, I saw these operations started by very lean, technical, web-free teams. Their focus has been, most of them, the focus has been on launching an MVP first, testing the water, then fundraise, then put a lot of money into marketing there, etc. So we see the crypto iGaming space becoming more and more competitive now at the beginning of 2026. But at the same time, this approach that perhaps worked before, launched fast, acquire aggressively, put a lot of money into marketing, worry about sustainability later, I think this approach doesn't work anymore. We're seeing operators that have taken this approach falling off, disappearing. On the other hand, the others who have focused, as I said, on building MVP first, testing the waters, fix bugs, maintain a relationship with the small database that they have, and build up on top of that. I think they're the ones that are thinking longer term. They're the ones that are also integrating more services, payment services, looking at compliance, building their content and the games and content portfolio, focusing a lot on user experience, building the user trust. I think this is a trend that we'll keep seeing, and I think these will be the operators that will also make it in 2026.
Well, finger crossed to that for sure. And why do you think some operators grow while others disappear? What's their major mistakes?
Well, I think avoiding the hype, if I'll give it a title, I would say avoiding the hype is what works. So being very head down, very focused, not spending too much on marketing at the beginning, not spending too much on influencers, actually making sure that the product works very well, conducting a lot of both research and discussions, direct discussions with your end users, whether if it's using your customer support on social media channels. So I think if it's to summarize it, it's launching lean, being very product focused, very customer focused, not overspending on marketing, and then once you make sure that you have a solid product that people like, that people appreciate, you have a high retention rate of customers going back and using the product and enjoying it, I think they're the ones that will succeed over time.
Yeah, well, that's for sure a great advice. And from your experience, what kind of hard lessons did the industry learn in a slow way, unfortunately. Can you take any comment on that?
Yeah, again, I think it's about being very focused, being very dedicated, being very disciplined. You need to do the hard work. If you want to run an operation today, whether if you're building it yourself or using a turnkey solution, you need to do the hard work. You need to have a very capable team that has previous experience, that is able to put all these learnings into the test and also pivot if and when needed. So I think this is very important. You have to know who your end users are. You need to be able, like I said, to have a direct dialogue with your end users and your customer base. And you need to build trust. It's super important to build trust. The product itself is, of course, super important, but the brand itself is built on trust, I believe, and this is something that is crucial.
Yeah, indeed. Although I'm coming from the side of the platform, and in my perspective, functionality is very important. But I'm sure about the fact that even with the smaller amount of the functionality, if you're treating your clients, your players right, they will be loyal to you. That's for sure. And that will give you a chance to scale up your functionality. That's for sure. Okay, then shall we move on?
So, Danila, I've known you and Arthurs for a good couple years now. We've had several discussions along the way. You recently joined FAM as one of its key partners. But I wanted to ask you, this evolution we've been speaking about, this crypto iGaming becoming stronger and stronger, more operators coming into the space. Where do GammaStack and GammaPlus fit into this evolution?
Fair point to ask about this. In that sense, regarding GammaStack and GammaPlus itself, we always have been and will be, for sure, crypto-friendly company, crypto-friendly solution for the customers around the globe. That's 100%. What we are fitting into this evolution is actually what we are focusing right now behind the scene. So initially we came up to a crypto-friendly and crypto-supportive platform. Now we're planning to make some changes to the industry trends. We're looking into companies, we're looking into brands, we're looking into their experience. We're understanding, based on, of course, the obvious financial results, what's working and what's not. And based on that, we have a serious plan for 2026 to implement something specifically for the crypto iGaming itself.
Okay. Tell me, because I'm more exposed many times to kind of the front end of the operation, speaking to the founders, speaking to the teams, what happens behind the scenes? What problems do you think operators are facing today that they come to you with questions for solutions?
Well, first things first, what majority of our clients in the crypto iGaming space faced is that their experiences is limiting just with acceptance, turnover, and withdrawing of cryptocurrency in multiple or in just a shortened amount of ways, pretty much. So it's all about like deposit, wager, withdraw. If you are lucky as a player, of course. What they're coming up with as an ideas is something that will change the player attitude. Nowadays, players are not just looking to spin the wheel or play the slot or play the blackjack, especially the younger generation who are more crypto involved. They're looking into something that will actually entertain them in a long perspective. Like it happens with initially what happened with the iGaming. It was the bonuses, then we implemented the tournaments, then there was different kind of ideas about the loyalty programs and the vision and interpretation of it. Then we had the boom of challenges. So famous word nowadays is gamification, pretty much. and something that is related not to the iGaming experience itself, but more to the crypto experience itself. This correct mixture of these two directions will be a key to success of the crypto iGaming operators specifically. Well, at least from what I see, what I saw from my experience, and what we are also aiming to build as a company.
So focus on engagement, focus on retention, focus on gamification. Yeah, I totally agree. I think entertainment and engagement is a big part of what we're seeing today in crypto gaming.
For sure, but I'm not talking only about the entertainment. I'm actually talking about the crypto experience. It's the some sort of opportunities to do the exchanges, to receive a limited amount of the tokens which actually have a value on the blockchain, which are available only through the certain brand name and then through from a certain company. This is already something that is bringing the change to the game itself. Something that yes, iGaming is a part, but the other part of the brand is actually working with crypto as it is. So since we touched base, very good, what kind of a trends from the functional perspective we see in the iGaming and crypto related, what trends do you define in the iGaming right now, especially in the crypto iGaming?
Yeah, well, having spoken to dozens of operators, I think there's a couple of things that are definitely of key importance. One of them is product. So I actually had a call with this a couple months ago with one of the co-founders of one of the top 3 operators, maybe top 5 operators in the world. And he told me something that I tend to agree with a lot. He said, crypto players, crypto gamblers today have already very high expectations. Having played in these top 3, 4, 5 brands like Stake, like Shuffle, like Gamdom, like Roobet, etc., they come with a high set of expectations about what their gaming experience should look like. So I think focus on product will definitely be not a trend even, but a must. And therefore, I'm seeing better and better products coming in today by small and lean teams as well. So definitely premium product and betting experience, that's a must. On the other hand, more perhaps a trend is operators will have to look for new marketing channels. Affiliates are becoming too expensive, too scarce. Influencers and streamers are becoming too expensive. The direct consumer is a channel that will be, and we've seen this with Stake, of course, but others are doing that as well. Direct to consumer, operator to end user is something that will be definitely a trend that will grow in 2026. Operators will look for more channels, whether if it's on social media or anywhere else, that they can speak directly to the users, they can acquire them there, retain them, engage with them, entertain them, provide them with service. So I think this will be a key factor. And at the same time, avoiding this dependency that they have on affiliates, on influencers, on streamers that are becoming too expensive.
Indeed, that's for sure, and I believe thanks to how the speed of the information exchange is happening in the crypto world, this will be another opportunity. And since you touch base the product itself as a topic, what's in your opinion is an overhyped thing, and what is actually important at the current moment at least, and what potentially will be in the future?
When it comes to product,
Yes.
I think at the end of the day, in order to launch at least and be MVP, you don't need that many features. You need to have a solid product that loads fast, that enables quick deposits, quick withdrawals. You need to have direct customer support. You need to have a good account settings area. You need to provide these essentials. If you have those in place, very likely you will have satisfied customers. And then adding on top of that, adding more layers of retention, gamification, rewards. This, I wouldn't call it hype perhaps, but is like an added value. The basics have to be there, and they need to be very, very fast, very accessible. They need to satisfy these kind of basic desires that players have.
Oh yeah, indeed, and I would add on to this that it's not only about the actual processes, retention tools, and challenges that the players love to take on them, but also with what they're taking it, meaning the content. So the evolving of the content in the crypto iGaming is also serious. So we are already, in this case, we're completely moving from the old school root type of the games where you have a common slots with a potentially one or two side features like bonus round or wild or just the gambling feature in case of the win. But we're coming to something more solid where, first of all, there is a probability, fair mechanics. That's number one thing. Especially it's related to how we call the plus games like Rush, Blinko, Dice Mines, etc. So something solid. Uh, Together with that, it's coming to the mixture of the content itself. So nowadays, just the portfolio of slots is nothing surprising. Players are seeking for some unique experience. For instance, like even though you have a popular slot with a good theme in it, but what about the bonus rounds? Bonus rounds is something that the players are seeking for. Free spins, the some wild card, mega waves, etc. But what else they can get from that is some sort of a side games or a bonus round games, which are not involved in the same spins, but something more different. Like, for example, a mixture of a bonus round as a crash game with a slot. So, for instance, you're not just simply getting 10 free spins, but you're getting a round in a crash game of a same theme, which is in a correct mix with a slot game, and that gives you even more entertainment. Game in the game. This is something that's been already considered, from what I know from the last year experience, especially with the conversation with the crypto-related operators. But now I believe that it will become a trend, like it became a trend to have your own original games on the website. This is something that crypto big players in the crypto iGaming, they showed as a trend, and now it's a tendency to get. You need to have your own original, something that represents your brand and your name. And with an opportunity of the customization and some unique touches from the operator and their ideas, this is something that brings the difference in the experience and what for the clients, the players are actually coming for back every single day to the particular casino. And from what I believe it would be interesting to understand, what's in your perspective, what players are expecting today? Or is it something different from what is already existing? What's the next hype trend, I would say, in your perspective?
Yeah, well, I think you touched on something very important, content discovery, and I think content drives differentiation as well. Obviously, product does as well, but content perhaps is easier to use to differentiate. And originals have played a very significant role in this differentiation in 2025, but now it's kind of become a norm. Everyone has these originals, and some people are complaining there's nothing original about original, and I tend to agree. Having said that, I know that originals do account for a good 30 to 40% wager volume in some casinos. So it's quite important to have them there, and end users do expect, customers do expect to have those games there. On the other hand, we're already seeing some game studios and even some operators building unoriginals or out of the box originals. So rethinking this and thinking outside the box, as you said, reinventing the wheel, looking at the wheels from different directions, saying what if it could do something else. So I think this we will be seeing a lot more in this. Probably new games providers coming in, challenging this new norm that has only just established. So new content creation, new content discovery on the part of users. I think this is also where differentiation will be. Brands will be more and more recognized by the games that they are able to produce themselves or host exclusively, where rather than just hosting a gazillion slot games that their competitors also have.
Yeah, indeed, I agree. And regarding the originals, I completely agree with you that there is nothing so original in them anymore. But what I actually saw, and I was surprised by the numbers that one game can generate, and what some of the operators notice, especially in such a area of the operations like Africa, where as a market which I personally believe stood out over the last years, especially some of the countries of African continent, what they made as an interesting idea, it's not only about the fact that the game is branded somehow, but it actually using the local references. So it can be anything. It can be a local branding, it can be a local taxi, for instance, or a local singer, whatsoever. Something that the players as a people they see and they engage every single day. And I believe that one of the directions, especially in some markets like Africa and Latin America, if we will take them out of the whole world, will be very effective. Something that brings them to their common life, to refer them to their common life. This is one of the interesting ways, and I believe that majority of the operators should think about it. Should think about some ideas how this will differentiate them from the other competitors of theirs in the same single market. And in terms of in terms of the future itself, where do you see the next wave of growth coming from? So will it be the certain country, or there will be a certain trend, or what do you think?
Well, I think the stronger crypto adoption, if we're speaking about crypto specifically, the more crypto adoption will grow in people's everyday life, the more growth we will also see on crypto gaming side. We will see more and more operators coming in. I'm also seeing a lot of kind of standalone games. So not even by games providers or casinos, just some operations coming in the middle and producing their own games, producing their own single game brands, let's call them. Yeah. They're being and engaging with let's say a wide audience. So crypto adoption will certainly help accelerate the growth of crypto iGaming. I think we will see a lot more of this in 2026. At the same time, again, the products, the new operators, the new brands coming in 2026 will need to have a very strong focus on product and on marketing. The payments UX will need to be spot on. I think taking into account that many of these crypto users have they have crypto wallets, they're used to transferring money with those crypto wallets very seamlessly, very quickly, very easily. They will look for this same experience with an operator or with any other website that they go on and that enables payments and withdrawals using crypto. On the other hand, I think we will be seeing compliance and regulation also kicking in more in 2026. I think at the moment it seems to apply only to the biggest brands. So the way I'm seeing it, this kind of plateau, you start pretty gray at the bottom, not very compliant, and the higher you go in terms of your success, your exposure, your revenue, etc., the more willing you are and the more receptible you are to go regulated, to integrate more compliance, etc. So I think we will be seeing more and more of this. The operators that will want to grow will need to consider compliance and regulation more seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And I believe the thing that we should not ignore is actually the example of what is happening for the past couple of years in North America, specifically the United States of America. We all know how complicated to operate there. It's very expensive, it's very complicated, it's very competitive. But what was introduced in the United States of America and still successfully operating, we are also participating within this area, is a sweepstake part. And what I wanted to mention is not the success of the sweepstake US, but actually it's the growth to the eastern part. Firstly, to the EU, some of the most complicated markets, like for example, I heard some interesting cases about Germany. And same goes if we go far east to such a place as Australia. As we all know, Australia itself is a heavy market, heavy place for the iGaming in general. Or from the perspective of the sweepstake, they're opening their gates. And I believe that crypto as a method and a way of doing things for sweepstake will be also a very interesting opportunity. That's just a side note that I wanted to mention since you touched base the regulatory awareness. So alternative ways, alternative meaning of the iGaming, we should not ignore by any chance at all. Okay. Can you tell me a bit more about the fact, since we already spoke so much about the iGaming, but I would really love to know more about your project, your initiative, and why did you create it in general?
Yeah. So FAM is, like I said at the beginning, it's kind of the result of about 12 months research work, 12 months hands-on work with mainly at the beginning with operators and then also with some B2B providers. So started playing crypto casinos myself about 12 months ago, liked it, saw the differentiation, saw something new in it, and then started playing more brands, got in touch with the teams, and I realized a couple of things about these new brands, these operators that are challenging the hegemony of the top 10. Most of them are very young, they're in their early 20s, the founding teams, and also most of them, speaking of 80-90% of them, are not from iGaming. So they come from crypto, from Web3, from tokens, from NFTs perhaps. They're entering a new space that they have no experience or knowledge in, and also no network. All along those 12 months, I've been helping a lot of these operators with their go-to-market, with their strategic partnerships. Who should I speak to for this? Who should I work to for that? Whether if it's on platform side, on game side, on payment side, etc. And I was all along I was considering making some kind of creating a formal structure for it. I thought it would be an accelerator at first, and then I realized what is missing most perhaps in our industry, and I think in life in general, is more camaraderie, friendship, community, and focus on real people. And this is why I this is why I created FAM as well, which is a crypto iGaming growth network. But essentially, it's a community. It's a community of like-minded people, whether if they're on B2C sides or on operator side or on B2B side, service provider, and whether they're looking to invest in the space. So this network, this new ecosystem, if you will, brings together like-minded people, puts them in the room, so to speak, and creates the right platform, the right mindset for good, fruitful collaboration and partnerships.
I see. Well, that's a wonderful initiative indeed. And you were talking about the FAM initiative itself, but will it be fitting into the broader crypto iGaming conversation as it is?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, FAM covers crypto iGaming fully. Again, from operator side, from B2B service provider side, from investor side. The intention is to first create a community and network, and we've already had a lot of interest and several projects joining, as whether it's members, partners, sponsors, etc. And the plan going forward is to have several initiatives that the community will enjoy, like a podcast, like a fund as well. So one of my intentions is to start a FAM fund in 2026 that will invest in early days projects, whether if they're on B2C or on B2B side, help. So my intention is to help newcomers, not just by connecting them with the right people and sharing the knowledge, but also investing in them. So whether if it's FAM investing directly in these new projects, or being a filter through which investors can come in.
Yeah, I get your point in here. It's actually a wonderful initiative, not only about the exchange of the experience and actually planning what's the future of the crypto iGaming, and not only crypto, but in general the iGaming, but actually your initiative in support of the young brands is very, very interesting, as we are the company that brings some of these brands to the first days of their life. That will be a very interesting collaboration from our perspective as well. And out of curiosity, since you mentioned the support, will there be any criteria how you will be choosing the ones whom you will support or not, or whom not to support?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, at the moment, I'm kind of the filter, right? But I think maybe to simplify things is like-minded people. I want like-minded people in this community. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much money you've made, as long as you're curious in the space, as long as you're determined to build something in the space, as long as you have a good and capable team that can deliver what you're building. I want you there, and I want to help you as well, and I want to connect you with the right people. And then, of course, time will tell. How smart you are, how strong you are, how capable you are. Yeah.
That's perfect. And from the side of our company, from the side of GammaPlus and GammaStack, we are very happy to be a part of that. So, and I'm sure that this is just the beginning. We're in the very beginning of 2026, and we're in the very beginning of the FAM. So I would really love to see how it will evolve tomorrow, in a month, and in a year from now. So I guess for today we covered everything that we wanted. In the coming episodes of the Uncovering Crypto iGaming, with me and you and potentially other people, other guests of ours, we'll go deeper into the payments, compliance, UX, growth strategies, and real operator challenges as the topics. And if you're building, operating, or investing in the space, this series is for all of you. Thank you very much, Adar. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Danila. Thank you very much.